Oh, there we go. What's going down? Burning like a bad perm. We back like we never left. Got a new layout. Got our main guy right here, right in between us here. Got the reverse Oreo going right here with Haywood right here in the middle. What's up? What's up? We back, man. We back like faux flats. We back. What's up? What's up, babes?
Back like we never left. The fantasy football homeboys in the chat. What's going on? Great people in all the damn land. Haywood.
We got tonight.
Nice
we got
What up? What up? I'm freaking just letting you. Hey, it's your debut coming back. Just letting you guys spill. It's your show. The fantasy football homeboys are back. My boys Nick Wilcox and Johnny Main, the tag team champions of the world, and just proud and grateful to be here. Thanks for having me on.
You gotta say it right. The tag team champions of the world.
That part right there.
I do.
That part.
I do.
That part.
The Fantasy Football Show proudly brings to you the tag team champions of the world.
There we go. That's it right there, man. That's it. That's it, man. We back. Back like we never left, man. For sure. Nick, long time no see. Looking good, man. You look a little bit slim over there on the camera, brother. You know what I mean? What you got going on, man? Any secrets or what?
Working on it. Just working.
Yeah, no, you're looking good, man. Looking good.
The off season tends to make yourself look in the mirror a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well, if anything, I'm just Haywood, man, we just had the opportunity to hang with you not too long ago, man. So definitely appreciate that for sure. We have tonight, we have a Scott Fishbowl mock draft that we're gonna run tonight. Wasn't able to get it all the way filled, but that's all right though. We're gonna make it happen the best way we can here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. You guys ready?
Let's rock.
Nope, this guy has not been ready since.
He's like, nope, not at all.
Nope.
He said, be ready. All right.
Always ready, damn it.
Oh, I love it. Man, I have been like waffling back and forth, man, about this. I started off last week and I was like, oh man, like Bijan is the play. I'm gonna try Jamar Chase tonight and see. I have a feeling that Joey B won't get back to me for sure. I've seen a couple of drafts early on. Who?
Yeah, I said Superflex. No way.
Yeah, no. I mean, but you know these things, man. Like these things are crazy. They're crazy and they go all over the place, man. They're all over the place. So you really never know. Which division are you in, man? Nick, which one are you in?
I need to be reassigned, so I'll get back to you on that.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Needs to be reassigned. Okay. All right.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. I'm in the Jaws division, so I'm picking 101, man. After a couple of years of subpar showings, I just told myself, I said, you know what, man? I said, I'm not going to do this anymore, man. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to go 101. And so just been ripping 101 ever since, man. So looks like we got, half of them here. Tony C, thank you for showing up, brother, wherever you at out here in the world listening. Appreciate it. A little CMC action. What's your take on him this year, Nick?
I think the Niners are in a spot where, you go and grab, like my first thing was you going to grab Mike Evans in the offseason makes things, clear that you are still obviously looking to contend. I didn't know what the Niners were going to look like. And then from a defense perspective, I'm still unsure about this team right now. Obviously, we know Shanahan's going to be running plays. Obviously, Niners going to be a, so-called well-oiled offense. But I think with CMC, when it comes down to it, I think I'm in the same boat as I was with him last year when it comes down to it. I'm not going to, overly reach for a CMC. But if he does fall into a place where he shouldn't in a draft, in general, I'll just take him and then rely on where, my draft skills of being, grabbing running back depth. You know what I'm saying? So CMC is still your classic hero RB, like starting build. Dare I say, if you're at the turn and someone doesn't take him, like he's obviously like a smash selection. So
that's fair. That's fair. Haywood, man, you started off with James Cook and Caleb Williams. I'm actually, man, I'm in on James Cook this year, man. I took him in the mock for FTN as my first running back, man. So obviously you feel very similar about him in that same space, man. Talk about it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, his stats speak for itself. I'm on him this year. He's been, pretty healthy over the last couple of years as well. I'm just trying to mix it up. I was thinking Genty or Cook. I actually have Genty a little bit higher in my rankings, but I just trying to mix it up with just seeing what my build's going to look like. But yeah, I'm all in on James Cook's damn good back, man. He's upper echelon, brother.
All right. Well, I mean, if my Scott Fishbowl draft starts off anything like this, you guys might have to carry me out. I know you got this auto here, and it looks like got a couple people go ahead and kind of dip out on us, but we had to do what we had to do and work it through. And I think like some people will traditionally stay kind of close to the board, like in this spot. We have people that kind of dip away from it and vary away from it, for sure. But overall, man, if I started off my draft with 2 LSU studs and Omarion Hampton, who's a guy that I know all three of us are super high on going into with the Mike McDaniels offense this year, which we know is going to be a lot of running the football in that space, and some people are shying away from him in some variations because they're fearful that it might be a two-headed monster, or that maybe Omarion Hampton doesn't get as many carries as projected, or whatever the case may be. I'm willing to roll the dice on that, man. I was in on Omarion Hampton last year. I know a lot of people were taking Ashton Genty early on the first round. Yeah, both of us. Yeah, we're definitely in on Omarion. Yeah, and I got to a point where I think both of us did, Nick, where we were like, hey, all right, like, well, if people are going to take Ashton Genty in the first round, why are they not taking Omarion Hampton in that same space, being in a better offense? So I think like this year it's a very similar situation. I think the Raiders have upgraded for sure, but if you look at like the big picture, Omarion Hampton or Ashton Genty, I like Omarion Hampton's situation a heck of a lot better for sure.
Yeah, you get the slight discount still. Like, even heading into last year, we were still getting a relative. I think Hampton's draft price creeped up a little bit towards the end of the year, but it was still nothing like you weren't not able to take a risk at it. So I think we're in a similar boat. Yeah, I'm not sure if Genty's going to be like someone that is going to be like so sought after.
Yeah,
like as he was, last year. But I do think with Hampton, I think it's something where you're, if you're getting a slight discount somewhere, you're grabbing him.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that way, and I think like even like in redraft leagues, I actually did like a
discounts.
Who'd you discount? All the big dog,
Speaking of discounts.
Yeah.
Speaking of discounts.
Yeah, that's definitely
going to the wheels fall off. King Henry.
That's definitely a big time discount. Yeah, man, this is kind of crazy right here. So I think this is the thing about like Scott Fishbowl like this year is it's
constructions.
Man, dude, it's so wild, and you're gonna have like you're gonna have a lot of different looks for sure. I'll go ahead and take your guys so you don't have to worry about them. All right.
I was leaving them for you.
I appreciate it. I'll take them so you don't have to worry about them. And then I think like here's a real question, like right here, man. Like, I mean, obviously like the construction of all of this and how it goes, man, but like you're looking at quarterbacks, you got to take one here. Bo Nix, Dak Prescott. I think you take Dak Prescott, somebody like I was a little bit squeamish and shaky on last year. Was squeamish and shaky on him last year, man, for sure. I was. I think I had him in the cookout league. I had CD. But man, it's funny. But like the other thing too, dude, is Dallas's defense is beefed up. So maybe it's not as many shootouts. I was thinking about Bo Nix. In that spot too, man. The most disrespected QB1 in fantasy football, Bo Nix.
Yep.
Talk about it a little bit, Nick. You obviously got a couple of chuckles. You took Bo Nix and you were laughing about that. I know you were with Dak last year when I wasn't.
Well, let's just say that we were both right last year. When we had a debate, we had a debate last year between Dak and Jordan Love, and I think that both were pretty sufficient for the most part. What I'll say is that I was laughing because I have Hurts and Knicks, and they both have a Week 10 bye. But that's what I was laughing about. But with Bo Nix,
Okay.
but with Bo
Checks
Nix,
out. Checks out.
but with Bo Nix in general, like, when we saw the AFC last, right? It was like it just seemed like a bunch of different injuries kept on happening to people, and it was almost like survival of the fittest from a real life NFL like perspective. So I think with Bo Nix, he's going to be healthy, obviously. From a fantasy side of things, like he's a safer. He's not like if I got him as like QB1, like in a standard right now, whatever fantasy league, like okay, but I wouldn't feel so crazy. But in super flex, if I have him as a QB2, like I'm feeling pretty good about that. Like I know there's going to be value for QB later and stuff like that, but I do think with Bo Nix, like you can't go wrong with what in this like setting and format like you got right here. Like I'm not gonna like cry about Bo Nix as my QB2 right now. And that's just kind of where it shakes out for me when it comes to Bo. I do think there's still a ceiling that still needs to be unlocked.
Good pick,
It's just
Nick.
all about if Denver's going to like be what's that?
Good pick, Montgomery.
Oh, thanks.
I like him.
We'll get to that in a minute. But with Bo, I think there's a ceiling that still needs to be like realized from a fantasy perspective. And if it's anywhere in a real draft that you're actually doing, you get value on that. I think people are gonna be like not as hype about Bo Nix as they were even coming into last year. That's just my little take on him.
Yeah. Hayward, man, what's your take, man? You like the Montgomery pick? Even going into the offseason, man, I thought we talked about it a little bit on your pod that he's obviously he's always had somebody in front of him, and if he hasn't, then it's always been just a really messy situation. And the Houston Texans arguably have the best defense in the National Football League. Yep. You can make a case for it, and now he's the guy that's going to be playing running back. So talk about your takes on Montgomery.
I just like the fit. And yeah, if he has a good defense and they're pretty good line, Marks ain't going to play all 17 games. You know that. I just think he's going to be a better fit there. I think he's going to surprise some people. I think he's going to get back to maybe a couple years ago. He's still got some juice in the legs for being an old man, right?
Yeah.
He still could play. He's in a good system. They got a great defense. They made the playoffs, 3 years in a row now? So, I mean, ground and pound defense, I see him having possibly 10-plus touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I like that move from them as well, because I think like if we look back and we were like, all right, like, hey, like what was the one glaring missing thing that they had? It was definitely like an elite running back for sure. That's definitely what it was. We all know like what it was with Joe Mixon, breaking down just in general, like we know what that was, and they were still, a Super Bowl contender. Let's just call it what it is, man. Even with lackluster play from C.J. Stroud in the playoffs. But I think like getting a guy like Montgomery who has something to prove for sure and an opportunity to go compete at a high level for a championship, I think it's a really good fit for them for sure. So, Hayward, man, let's talk about your build a little bit, man. Here, let's talk about what you got going on.
Yeah, something a little different. I like the receivers from rounds 5 through 9 a little bit better. So I'm kind of focusing my attention on running backs a little bit earlier. I'm doing a different build compared to our last one, just to see where we stand. But I like the 3 backs I got. Kyron's very underrated still as far as drafts, where he's been going. He's top 6 or 7 every year in most stats for running backs. He shouldn't be going where he's at. So I like him. Odunze I'm high on. I'm high on the whole Bears offense as a scheme. So I got the combo with Caleb, the Iceman, as you called him on my show.
Let's go.
The Iceman. And I love Mike. I love Mike Evans this year. The quarterback down in New Orleans. I like him a lot. So I kind of feeling my build a little bit.
All right. Dig that. I'm with you, man, on the Bears. I think everybody knows, man. Caleb Williams all the way, man, for me. No questions, no doubts about it, for sure. Nick, you're on the clock now, man. Let's talk about your build a little bit, man. Walk us through your build.
I'm just kind of feeling the waters still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is something where I'm like, you grab somebody else. Like for instance, I'm okay with grabbing a third QB early.
Yeah.
Just because like it's in this format for Scott Fishbowl, it's like you in a situation where if you're gonna take a QB, like if you're gonna miss out in the first 2 rounds at QB at that reversal, you better be able to think about how you want to figure out your QB room pretty quickly. I know in a real draft, QB is gonna start flying off the board. Besides that, I love the build I got. I love where I got Marvin Harrison in this, mock, obviously, because 8-10 for Marvin Harrison. We know the talent's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do know. We don't know his quarterback yet or whatever at Arizona. So, I mean, again, tomorrow, all of a sudden, Brissett could be, all right, cool, we're good, da-da-da. Brissett's our starter, this. And it's like, oh, okay. But obviously, I think people are concerned about Michael Wilson or whatever. But I do like my build at running back. You already know I'm always a running back like team of like putting together a monster running back backfield. So I'm not like really like I'm feeling myself a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit,
All right.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Just
So
smidge.
So interesting, Johnny. You took Harrison in our last mock, right?
Yeah.
In the 9th round, I believe. No, 11th round, something crazy. It was like something like that. But you got Michael Wilson in the 9th round this time around. That's a solid pick.
Yeah, man. I'm in on the Arizona offense. Shout out Fizzle, man. I see you in the chat, brother. What's up, man?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in on that offense, man. For sure. I think like one of the things I think that we're finished up here. I think one of the things that goes without saying, like a lot of times, and sometimes we just kind of forget about it, is like some of these defenses that are subpar. Like that just means the offense is going to be on the field a lot, right? And I think like Arizona is still like in a building stage, and I think they're probably better than Nick and I both.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like definitely, like they're in a building stage, right? So like they're no shots, no shade.
Dude, no shame. I'm here live at a game. Look at the attendance. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
Come on.
But like, yeah, I think like that's one of the things like when we talk about it, man, is like that's a defense that is going to leave a lot to be desired for sure. So it's going to give like a lot of opportunities for the offense to be on the field. And like Nick's right, man. Like the way like I look at Marvin Harrison in the same light. We talked about it, man. Like this is probably like the cheapest this is the cheapest price you're gonna get Marvin Harrison, point blank, period. And I was reading an article today that was like, yo, like, if it doesn't shake for Marvin Harrison this year, like his dynasty value is dead. I'm not a dynasty player. I play in like one league. Like that, but like overall, like I mean, you can talk about it, man, and like I'll give you the floor, but like it's one of those things for him where it's like maybe a change of scenery is what's needed next year, if things don't shake out. But like, give us your take, Mr. Arizona.
So we talked about on my podcast a little bit. People know how I feel. I just think Michael Wilson's just a better player than Harrison. Call me crazy, but I've seen it with my own two eyes. I'll keep reiterating that until I'm proven wrong. This is the cheapest you're ever going to get Marvin Harrison. This is the cheapest you're ever probably going to get some other players, like a Jalen Hurts, so on and so forth. So you got to take advantage of where he's going. Maybe a new change of scenery would be great for him. I'm in a dynasty league this year, and I flipped him. I got 2 firsts and a second for Marvin Harrison. I had him at $18, $300 cap, 2 years left. So I got pretty damn good value for him, but coming from Arizona, I hope I'm wrong because, the pedigree's there, the name's there, where he's drafted was there. He's showing flashes. It just hasn't come together. And like I said on many shows before, the separation part is what really irks me. The guy just cannot separate at all. He's like, in the 40s for separation of receiver, which I've talked about, but and they're both similar type of players. They're both big receivers. Who would you rather throw the ball up to, Michael Wilson or Marvin Harrison?
I think like in the red zone, you're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. Like if you're in between the 20s, I think Michael Wilson is definitely the guy. I was actually just getting ready to go make sure before I got ready to put my foot in my mouth about Marvin Harrison Jr. But I'm pretty positive, man, that like in 2024, he was actually one of the more targeted receivers in the red zone in the NFL. Now, he didn't do anything with those, but we all know how fluky of a stat touchdowns can be and touchdown opportunities can be. But that's like what you want, right? It's like you want somebody who's going to be able to catch touchdowns. And so Marvin Harrison Jr. was that guy that had the opportunities. But there's a lot of things that are in the mix with that, right? There was the Kyler Murray, factor, which obviously like he's not there. But obviously there's something there with Jacoby Brissett and Michael Wilson. And obviously, the man at tight end, Trey McBride, he's got something to say about that as well, which, looking at him just kind of as a sidebar was like,
damn, this offense has a lot of weapons, doesn't it?
They do.
For
They
real.
do. But you know what?
They do.
For real.
They do. They do. It just makes me feel like they're still going to find some way to not give Jeremiah Love the ball as many times as fantasy. Just move on. That's just all it feels like to me, man. I'm so scared of that, man. But what's your take, Nick?
On the Arizona offense in general?
Well, just the Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, I was one of those guys that got Michael Wilson a few leagues late. So I was happy about that one. But I'll say this. When it comes down to it, I think, in my opinion, I feel like Marvin Harrison should get a little bit more grace. But because it's still a situation in Arizona where we're not expecting this team to make the playoffs and make a long run or anything of that manner, right? This is still a team on the franchise that is like still on the rebuilding stage.
Oh, 100%.
Just got a bona fide stud Notre Dame Jeremiah Love, right? I do think that expectations for him to really like skyrocket is pretty much in the fantasy football community. I do think though, like as a progression from a player, like we should see that uptick at some point. I do though, however, in my opinion, like if it doesn't happen this year, it's not like the end all be all. He should be getting traded. There should be a show of season scenery. I don't believe any of that. Only reason why I say that is because you don't have your franchise quarterback, and again, the expectations of you doing anything really significant over time and beating these guys, like what Arizona still has like one of the hardest schedules upcoming this upcoming season. So to already put those expectations on a player like Marvin Harrison, who we think is still a generational player, we just haven't really seen it all come together. I do think, and again, I feel it's not really fair to really put like all these expectations. I think it just comes from the fantasy football community because we want to see our players that we expect like high picks on or dynasty or whatever. We just want to see these expectations happen. We want to see it now. But the problem with that is that sometimes it just takes time, and sometimes the situations don't always pan out to how we project them and forecast them. So we have to be careful about that too. And I do like if you're watching this like early on, in your process of your fantasy football, analysis and your own like teams and stuff, just remember to always, because we're all guilty of, wanting our players to succeed in the lens that we want them to succeed on because of what we did. But remember to also look on the other side of the coin and look at the other side of an outcome that you're not thinking about. Because again, like the last couple of years, people have spent bigger picks on Marvin Harrison and hasn't really panned out for them. So I'll give up another player that I'm going a little bit off the sty right now. DeVonta Smith, right? Yeah. DeVonta Smith right now. Everybody in the most part in the next couple of weeks are going to be trying to clamor for DeVonta Smith in all these drafts. Because what? Because Philadelphia, they just lost A.J. Brown. They traded him away. They have the kid Lemon, So, I mean, you should expect DeVonta Smith to see an uptick in production based on statistical outputs and stuff like that and based on projections. But I'd be careful about that still. The only reason why is because we all know the Eagles' offense is still a balanced offense. We still know they're still going to look to run the ball. I know Barkley wasn't his best last year. But we have to temper expectation on DeVonta Smith. Can he be a bona fide top 10 wide receiver? Yeah, he can. But remember, it's still the Philadelphia offense, still with Jalen Hurts. It's not that Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying he's not capable of supporting DeVonta Smith to that level. We just have to remember that we have to look at cost and price, and we have to look at potential projections and outcomes.
Oh.
Yo.
I lose you guys?
Yeah. You just kind of popped out on us, that's all. Yeah.
Can't see you.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Your time is now.
Hell happy.
Yeah.
Oh. It's all right. So you can keep talking, Nick. We can hear you.
Yeah. We know where you're going. We know where you're going for sure. But I think like he's not wrong like with it, right? Like I think like overall, just like with a lot of players, right? Like that's the whole thing of it is like, oh, double nicks. Whew, that's scary hours.
That's very scary.
Scary hours.
That's very scary.
Scary hours.
Scary Terry's turning over.
Scary hours. Double nick. Double nick.
But yeah, Nick makes a great point. Like AJ Brown getting traded, right? With Drake May. He has a higher ceiling now with his quarterback, right? So you're talking about like with the Jalen Hurts throwing, right? Maybe we should temper our expectations some. And you got me opening up a little bit by thinking about that because it's still not a passing offense,
Right. We still have to temper expectations in general, like when we're going through our process of players and we're going through scenarios of how a player can succeed and also how.
Oh man. Well,
I'll
tell you this though, the one thing I like that actually I was thinking about even like before like this show. I have a formula in my head, and you're gonna be like, man, you're crazy. Yeah. But like I was like, I caught something, I was like listening to Sirius XM. They're talking about Jalen Waddle, in the trade obviously today, and like, oh well, it's probably like 1A and 1B like in Denver, and I was like, yeah, I said I bet a lot of people are like really high on Jalen Waddle just in general, right? But I was like, the one thing that Jalen Waddle, there's a certain factor that Jalen Waddle doesn't have that other receivers have had that have been in the same scenario. What is Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, and I'm not saying AJ Brown's in that same pedigree, but these wide receivers that are head cases, when they go to different teams, it's like to the moon, bro. It's to the moon. These guys that are like mild-mannered, good guy, wide receiver type guys, it doesn't ever shake like that for them, right? Like it's not like they like completely like bypass like a tier of wide receivers to go to the next tier. Like I want you to think about it. Like
I am going through my head of all these players that you mentioned with head cases to a new team. Yeah, the first season is always a success.
Yeah, the first Tyreek Hill, like you know what I mean? Like Devontae Adams, like every wide receiver that you could think about that like is a legitimate like true alpha and like I don't want to say a diva, but like has like that wide receiver ego mentality, like that true. Like it's to the moon with them that first year with whatever team that it is that they go to. And I don't know if Jalen Waddle actually like has that, right? Like, and it just kind of got me thinking, like we're talking about AJ Brown because like I try to figure out like everything I possibly could to like justify like the AJ Brown move, like for him. And I'm like, all right, like, all right, we back. And I'm like, all right, well, obviously this is the best quarterback that AJ Brown has ever played with. Like if you think about it and go back, it's retrospect is, Ryan Tannehill, like Jalen Hurts is like a good fantasy quarterback for sure, right? And like we talked about, like AJ Brown's first year in Philadelphia, like to the moon. But like this is the first time like he's actually gonna play with a guy that actually is like a real life quarterback that can throw the ball deep and wants and like what is there for it. So I think like, hey man, year one for AJ Brown, I think it's to the moon, and I think. Nick's probably kind of smirking a little bit. I was 1 year too early on him a little bit with AJ Brown because I thought last year like the Eagles defense was going to be was going to take a step back. And ultimately they did, but like just the passing game overall, like for Philadelphia, it ended up being more Devontae Smith, and then Dallas Goedert. He rose back from the grave as well last season. So you back, Nick? Go ahead, man. Go ahead and pick up where you left off, bro.
Dead man walking on his grave.
Yeah, I mean,
what's your take on AJ Brown, Nick?
I guess my AJ Brown take is to be determined. Because for me, for AJ Brown, we've been drafting him where, it's been appropriate, right? Now, it's something where if we are drafting AJ Brown like we've been drafting him, we're probably getting him at a decent steal of a cost, in my opinion. If we're drafting him, I'm not sure what the ADP right now is, but if we're getting him anywhere from like late second round and on, like we're getting somewhat of a decent discount there. Because again, we're expecting probably, in my opinion, from a projection standpoint, I think AJ Brown, his touchdown should still be up. than it has been. So I think. But the problem I have with AJ Brown is he still a separator downfield threat, or is he a possession and big bodied type of receiver now in this offense? It just remains to be seen. So I don't really know where to exactly put AJ Brown because of that. I don't know exactly where I'm going to have him when it all said and done the next month and a half when I have my final together. But I think with AJ Brown, I think he's someone that I'm like, I want to have, but I feel the market will get steamed up on him pretty fast.
Yes.
And that's where I start losing interest. So,
yeah, according to Draft Sharks here, man, the week outside of 529 to the week of 6-6, he started going at the 2-2 is where he started to go. So that's right around like the time obviously like the trade happened, and then it dropped down to 3-5. And I think some of that, the drop from 2-2 to 3-5. Been some talk up here about like his knee and just like like they know about the degenerative knee issue and all that piece.
Yes.
And like like for some guys like that's a thing, man. Like sometimes that's a thing overall, but like does it change? Does it change? Dun, dun, dun,
what is happening now?
We need a soundbite just for that.
All right.
Make great point, Johnny, with his degenerate knees. Like, does that worry you? Not a lot of people know about this. He's had his knee drained 75% of the time the last 2 years in between weeks. Like, the Super Bowl run, he was getting his knee drained every week for like 13 weeks straight. Like, does that worry you? Is that price too high when it comes to getting up in the second? Yeah, Nick, you have a great point. So I think value where he's going is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, right now, let's go ahead and play a fun game. AJ Brown or Rasheed Rice, because that's about where they're going right now. Like,
AJ Brown,
come
all day.
on, man, come on.
Rice
You can't.
3-6 ADP right now,
that was
man.
awful. That's awful.
Look, I heard. Listen, man. I heard somebody say it, and it made
At
me
least
laugh.
it might be on the field,
right? They were like, listen, you don't know what Rasheed Rice is going to do on a Tuesday night.
You can't just
He's liable to go. He's liable to go to Chili's and get off the hook. You know what I mean?
Damn, this guy had the whole world in front of him. He didn't have to get in trouble. Damn, right? What the hell?
Yeah.
Nick, go off. Talk.
Go ahead, talk
Rasheed
about it.
Rice. Let's go.
That's
What's
your
your
guy.
take?
He's a moron.
We ain't talking about Romeo Dubs. Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
That is not the same fucking thing.
I love it.
Love you too, Nick.
But that's definitely not the same thing. And it's definitely not the same conversation. Hey, we're getting Rice at a discount, right?
Good day. Good day. Good day.
Hey, I don't mind shopping at it. I don't mind shopping at the clearance rack. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a fair comparison. We're not going to compare those two right now.
I'm just giving you a hard time. But what's your take on Rice? Where you at with him?
I want to hear. I want to hear
this.
You know you're a big Rasheed Rice guy.
Yeah. Look, I think. What's his ADP right now? Because I think it's 6th round. I think technically, right? Or is it
Rasheed Rice?
Deeper? Yeah.
Let's see here. Rasheed Rice trend has got him going.
It's a projection right now.
It's a projection, man. His average is 3.6, and this is taking it. This is everything. This is best ball. This is FFPC. This is melting it all together at 3.6.
Okay.
Which really, honestly, man, at 3.6, like it kind of makes sense actually, but
it's a fair price tag right now. So
12 PPR.
I do think though it's no. I mean, if we're getting, because again, when we were all the speculation, the reason why I've liked Rice is because of speculation and all this stuff of what would happen if he got a suspension, what if he didn't, this, and all that. 3.6 for me is not, it doesn't give me enough of like I want to grab him at that price tag. That's still a little too high for my liking, just because we know Mahomes is going to come back. We know, he might be ready for the start of the season. There still might be some question marks about that, but I feel confident that Mahomes will be ready. It's just the problem is that the last time we've seen Kansas City, they didn't click enough offensively. It was looking like Mahomes a couple of years ago where it was like just the offense was just trash. And I think with Rice, when you need a guy that when you start getting into like the 4th and 5th and whatever rounds, those middle rounds, you need a guy that's going to be like stabilizing your roster, but potentially have some really good ceiling outcomes. Rice has that, but he's not someone I want right now at in that price tag and around that range. There's other players that you're gonna want in that range right now. So I'm out right now on Rice's price tag. That's a little bit too steep. For me.
Okay.
3.6 is a little high. Best ball all day. I'll take him somewhere, but like seasonal, it's a little different. I mean, 3.6 is a little juicy.
Yeah. Remember, we're talking early June right now, so obviously,
we're talking early June, and I think like you know how like a lot of drafters are. A lot of drafters are of the mindset that like last year you missed out on them, right? Like you missed out on them, and this year like we don't know what's to come. So like obviously like if we're gonna project Rashee Rice for 16 games, like. Okay, like they could make an argument for that because last season, that was the argument. It's like this guy's going to miss this amount of games, and we're still going to put him on our roster in later rounds. And some people even took him like super aggressive. So like I'm not surprised that like we sit here like the second or third week of June, that's what we're looking at with Rashee Rice. But like to Nick's point, like I don't feel comfortable taking him in that space because I think like just early draft builds anyway, guys like. For me, it feels like you got to get a running back early on, man. If you don't get a running back like in the first 3 rounds, bro, like you were asked out if you don't get a running back in the first 3 rounds, man.
Totally to my point. What I said, running backs you got to look at earlier. I think this year because after a certain spot in the draft, they fall off. So you definitely got to grab at least one.
That has been the case for a while. I think it's just more now. Like I think it's definitely more. I was looking at some things, and I feel like there still is like room for you to grab your hero RB, like to John's point. But it's like if you don't grab a running back in the first 3 rounds, like you're gonna have to be like some type of fortune teller or crystal ball type of person and know what running back to get later on, or if you know someone that's gonna get hurt and you pick them up free agency, like hey, you might know something that I don't. But it's always been for me, I love to start out with 2 or 3 running backs to start even just because of all the injury risk and all the crap that comes. And receivers are sometimes more of a dime a dozen. Sometimes it's all about the streak of how you get them and how you construct your roster in general. So,
sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it, man. You got it. Go ahead.
Speaking of running backs, I wanted to ask you this. What do you think about Breece Hall, Jets fan?
I had 2 things on my mind.
I need to pick Nick Wilcox's head here because I need inside track. I took him tonight in our mock, but what's your thoughts on him, man? Come on, Jets.
Just in the season Jets. Listen, y'all should be up, man. The Knicks
okay. Real question: who's going to be worse, the Cardinals or the Jets?
The Jets are going to be better, by the way.
Oh shit!
What I'll say to you is this about Breece Hall, because obviously, hey, New York's on a high, baby. New York Knicks championship.
I was about to say they on the heater. I'm trying to see
if I go that parade. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but we'll see. But side note, to the Jets talk, right? With Breece Hall in particular, we're talking about fantasy football. Look, that extension came out of left field. So I'll just say that I'm pretty confident in Breece Hall still. However, I really love me some Braylon Allen. I really love me some Braylon Allen.
Not this again. Not this. We did this last year, man. We did this last year. And I'm the guy that's standing on business for Breece Hall. We did this last year.
Why are we
doing this? Didn't Allen cash you big in DFS, Johnny?
Because look, you gotta. It's early still for me. It's not mini camp or anything, so I haven't seen anything yet because we don't know how that's really going to be split upon this group. Who knows? But it's just one of those things where it's like, if you love the situation, if you love Breece Hall, like if you're liking what the Jets are starting to put together, it makes sense for you to at least have Braylon Allen, because for me, Braylon Allen is like one of the best handcuffs I think in fantasy football, like at this juncture, because of what he is. Like, he's a 250-pound running back as a battering ram. Like, I think they both can have a say in this overall offense, because you're just looking at things from a playmaker perspective, and you're like, okay, Breece Hall is going to have his way, but are you telling me Breece Hall is going to play all 3 downs and be like this workhorse running back? I just don't see it.
Johnny's chomping.
Do you know who Braylon Allen? You know what it reminds me of? And this is gonna hit home for you because you're a Jets fan. Sean Green.
Okay.
That's what Braylon Allen reminds me of. Like Sean Green.
That wasn't a terrible tandem back in the day between him and LT,
but
right?
Sean Green, but like it wasn't, but like we expected so much more from him. But he was like,
I don't know about that. I didn't. Back in the day, I liked Sean Green, but I didn't expect him to be like some type of like horse, like running back type of thing. Like he was always solid,
but he was this big build, this big power back that like you like just it's like in the same space of like what you expected. And I just think, man, however this shakes for the Jets, right? Like, obviously like they just signed Breece Hall. But Breece Hall, to me, I think like he's one of those guys that, if you put him in, a different offense, like to the moon. And maybe Geno gives them, maybe it's a different look for them this year, like with Geno versus Justin Fields, because I was all in on Breece Hall like last year, and I think like it was just the fact that Justin Fields is just absolutely terrible. Like that's just what it is, right? Like it is what it is. But I think like Breece Hall, like what he brings to like the passing game, I think like it can't be highlighted enough. And if you think the Jets are going to be behind quite a bit, then it's the same take I had last year, and I'm still going to live and die on that same hill. If you think the Jets are going to be behind quite a bit this entire season, well then Breece Hall, he's going to play a role in it. But then also too, man, like people forget like Garrett Wilson didn't play a lot of football last year for the Jets.
He sure didn't.
He didn't play a lot of football. And Garrett Wilson is still damn good, man. He's still damn good. So I'll give you that. And I think like a lot of people have talked about like the Jets and some of the moves that they've made and the depth and stuff like that. I'm not going to write them completely off for sure. But I just, like I said, like
still a decent offensive line versus like where it's been the last several years.
I ain't gonna go all the way out there, but I'll give them they 6-7. I'll give them they 6-7 wins.
Damn, they're gonna double our win total. Shit.
Yeah. I'll give it to them. I'll give them 6 or 7 this year for sure. One other question, like we were talking about the Chiefs. We were talking about the Chiefs, and like I'm just curious to know you guys' take because I'll give you guys like my take on like Ken Walker. Ken Walker, he's a guy that's like edging into like the first round, early second round. That's kind of the way I feel too, Nick. I feel the same way. I think I think you could you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah. I was expecting you to say like late second to me. I didn't
he's right now. He's 2.5. He's going 2.5. But I've seen some drafts where like people have like credible people have been like in the first round for him, and I'm like
that's crazy.
That's
right. I'm like
wild.
Last year,
I love the dude, but I'm not that high on him.
Neither, but like last
injury
year,
history he's had
that part.
Crazy.
I'm trying not to be like the injury guy. Like I'm trying not to play.
So like the negatives, Johnny. Wild. Like the negatives, when he's the bell cow, he gets injured.
Yeah, like I'm trying not to be. I'm trying not to be like the doctor.
They're
because
probably.
Last year I played doctor and I didn't take Christian McCaffrey, and we see how that went, right? Right. So I'm like, all right. So the whole fantasy community, right? Like if we go back and look at retrospect, like Christian McCaffrey, like we played doctor with him. We played doctor with Matt Stafford last year too, right? Remember Matt Stafford's, word to Mike Tyson, I broke my back. Like literally, like I broke my back.
It's spinal.
It broke his spinal.
The only reason why it wasn't like, I guess with Stafford, it wasn't like as highlighted is because he went so late still. So it was still like, even though like it wasn't, even though with Stafford, like we all knew, like, whatever, it was still like, Stafford, he's still a stationary quarterback. He's not going to be able to give you mobility in fantasy football, We can still take him, sure, but.
But even like going into draft season, like not to switch gears about Ken Walker, but even going into draft season, remember when Devon Achane got a little bit banged up at his draft value?
So give me, and I told people, give me all the money.
Oh yeah, like his draft value started to get dinged as well. But with Ken Walker, going back to him, man, I think last year just drafting him where you got him was like
That's
the
perfect.
real value. That was the real value, and I think
100%.
that's the thing for like fantasy managers. Is like
That was
it's
my
not
main guy last year.
yeah,
as you
it's
guys
not
know.
the name, it's where you're getting him and the price tag that you're paying
Where you're
for him,
getting,
right? Like
yeah.
that's the thing, man. And I don't think you can't convince me that all of a sudden going from the defending Super Bowl world champions to the Kansas City Chiefs, which I still got respect for Mahomes and Andy Reid, that like we should bump him from like where he was going like fourth, fifth last year to like, in the first round, second round. Like I'm just not convinced that that's the move,
No,
man.
I feel like he'll be one of those players that in the next month we get like a price correction on. I would be shocked if it stayed around second round price tag. That would be a little shocking for me. Because then I'd probably have to ask myself a question. I'm like, okay, like what's a true ceiling for him? Because I think that's the question what I'll ask now. Because I'm like, what's the ceiling for Kenneth Walker? Because look, like I'm not trying to play Dr. Wim either. It's always been some type of lingering injury for him. Where he's out for at least 6 games or whatever, or he's out for a couple of games here and there, or he's always dinged up this. So it's more about like when we're talking about first round and second round picks, like from a philosophy perspective, like you want your first and second round picks, they just have to be guys that you feel are either Iron Men or guys that are always going to be staples for your roster week in and week out. And for Kenneth Walker to be like we're talking about price, like the ceiling for Kenneth Walker, like what is ceiling wise? What does he have to be in order to be like the price tag he's warranted right now? Like what, 1,200 yards on the ground, 10 touchdowns, like
12 touchdowns,
800
1,200 yards.
But if I was going to play devil's advocate, like for all of this,
sure, right, exactly.
It's the Mahomes thing. It's the Mahomes thing. It's we got to keep Mahomes healthy to get to the spot where, like, in order to be able to compete. But now you got 3 guys, really, and then you got Kelsey, who's 167 years old. You got Ken Walker, who's injury prone. You got Patrick Mahomes and his plastic knee. And then you got Rasheed Rice, who's out here driving 196 miles an hour on a Tuesday night cover for Chile. So, like, nobody's safe in this offense.
A lot going on.
Like, you're right. There's a lot going on. So, like, I agree, man. Like, if everything goes right, then, yeah, like, we know what it's going to be. But if not, like, then we know what it is, right? Like, we know what it is. So I'll ask you guys a quick question here, because this is where he's jammed up at, and I already know the answers, but I just want to see you guys' response. Ken Walker or Marion Hampton?
Hampton.
Ken Walker or Chase Brown?
Chase Brown.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go 2 more just because I'm feeling crazy. Ken Walker or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
All right, now this is the one. Ken Walker or Jeremiah Love?
Give me Love, I guess. Give me Love by hair, just because me. But
yeah,
that's close. That's close. No, that's close. It is.
And that's what 2. What? That's 2. That's not 2.5 still. 2.8. What are we talking about?
Yeah, Ken Walker's going 2.5. Jeremiah Love's around 2.8.
So 3 pick difference.
That's a to be continued for me.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll throw one more. This is the last one, just because I'm curious to see what you guys think.
That's fine.
Ken Walker or Travis Etienne?
Etienne. I'm high on him, bro.
Okay. All right.
All right, I got one for you guys.
The only reason why I say that is because with ETN, it's him and Kamara, and it's like these guys kind of do the same thing in an offense that, come on, like you know what I'm saying, we're expecting New Orleans to really be a breakout offense this year.
Well, but we also know, like, offensively, man, like we talked about it a lot last year, Nick. Like, they're gonna they're gonna play at a fast pace, man. They're gonna play at a fast pace.
Oh,
like
course,
1,000%. So, like, they're gonna run a lot of plays, and there's a lot of youth. There's a lot of youth there, and like, who knows what happens with Alvin Kamara, man? Like, yeah.
Kyren Williams or
Kyren Williams or Ken Walker? Oh my God, dude! I don't know, because I'm feeling me some Blake Corum this year, bro.
Even if you do, I just don't like when Kenneth Walker went to Kansas City. it was something that I was like, he could just be one of these players that, he could do well, but there's so many, like you just talked about, there's so many different ways this can go left. And we're spending this high of a pick on him, even before we counter in all the injury risk.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, it's like we're drafting him best case scenario, and like, hey man, like,
right.
maybe we all look like Boo Boo the Fool come October. You know what I mean? Like maybe, but like I think I'm gonna let somebody else take that risk.
I'm gonna be 40% wrong, so that's what it is.
But there's a lot of guys like all the other Omarion Hampton, Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, like Kyron Williams, maybe even like I think him and Breece Hall. I think that's a reasonable conversation. But then like obviously you look at like the Chiefs and you're like, okay, well they'll probably score more points than the Jets. So like give me Ken Walker. So so I think there's that, man. So you guys got anything else, man, before we take a look at a couple of these Scott Fishbowl drafts from the weekend?
I have to take my take on Walker.
How do we feel?
Go ahead. Go for it, man.
So, as you know, I was high as hell on him last year. He's one of my main dudes because of where he was getting drafted at. Too bad the fantasy playoffs don't go to the Super Bowl. But to have Seattle just to let him walk like that, I don't understand why the national public is not seeing what we're talking about. Kelsey, older, Mahomes, injury, Rice, right, older team, right? Yeah, the bell cow. So if you look at Michigan State, right, they're the other running back. I forget his name. He got hurt for a few games. What happened to Walker first game? He got hurt. Like that comes up.
Charbonnet.
That comes up, like that kind of worries me. He might be going higher than where I would want him to go. I think Nick makes a great point. Your first 2 picks have to be locks, like consistency. Forget ceiling, consistency. Like that's why, like I was saying on my pod, I'll take like an Amon over most receivers because he's consistent. He's a lock. He's guaranteed to be a top 3, top 5, just guaranteed. Just take the consistent layup. So I think Nick making a great point with your first 2 picks, but let somebody else take Walker. Hope he's going high, dude. He's just going too high, in my opinion. Give me somebody else. Don't want it.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, brother. I do not disagree with you. All right.
The only thing I was going to bring up was how do we feel for me? Well, how do we feel about Cam Ward and how do we feel about Tennessee right
now? You already know. You already know. I ain't got to say nothing. I ain't even going to say nothing. In a super flex format, that is my guy. That is my guy. And I think like that offense. I think that offense is absolutely getting ready to take the next step, like for sure. And there's so many things, right? Like there's so many things that we've seen, like with second-year quarterbacks and third-year quarterbacks and quarterbacks who, are with the same offensive coordinator for 2 years, or even like obviously Sam Darnold's a great poster child for like these type of things, right? Like I think Cam Ward. It's getting ready to happen, man. It's funny because of like going into the season, like he was one of the guys I was like, all right, like I feel comfortable taking. And then like as the season progressed, I was like, all right, this second dog has burned me enough. And then Nick welcomed him with open arms to him. He welcomed him with open arms. Right? I'm just like frustrated with the whole Tennessee offense after getting burned by Tony Pollard and DFS and in leagues and stuff. But like, I really think that Cam Ward is. I think he's ready to take the next step. I really truly feel like that, for sure. Like when you look, the last couple games, he actually, and this is crazy work, man. He had his best performance of the season against the defending world champ.
What week?
QB4. Yeah, QB4.
Week 16, week 15,
week 12. Week 12.
Okay.
Week 12. Yep. And then obviously, right, like some of the other weeks, like the Chiefs, they were down at that point in time. He was QB 11 and the Saints in the championship QB 13, right? But like he finished the year at 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, QB rating of 80. Even if he doubles all those numbers, man, like from like a touchdown to interception perspective, I'll take it, man. Like I will absolutely take it, for sure. So the Cam Ward signed me up for him, and getting Carnell Tate, man. and Wan'Dale Robinson, who Wan'Dale
I'm
Robinson
about to
last
say
season he was probably like the most underrated
Yes.
wide receiver outside of Michael Wilson. I'll put respect on Michael Wilson.
Yep.
Michael Wilson and Wan'Dale Robinson were the two most underrated wide receivers in all of fantasy
Totally.
football.
And they're on a lot of
and I
championship
had-
rosters, too.
And I'm about to say, and I had a couple of those guys in my championship.
Yeah, they
yeah.
totally the most underrated, right? And like now, like you look at Tennessee, there's a youth movement happening in Tennessee right now. Like obviously, no more Chickaconquo, Gunnar Helm, right? Like he's the guy
Gunnar
now.
Helm
So, like,
season.
yeah, it's Gunnar Helm season, man. So like, yo, I'm in on Cam Ward this year, man. Like if you miss out on like any of the big dogs, like, and we always know, man, there's always one quarterback who's in that, you know, second tier or not draftable tier, like whether it was Matt Stafford last year. Like there's always a guy, and here's the guy right here, man, number 1 pick overall. He's got that ability to be able to do that, man, for sure.
We were waiting all last
Trevor
year
Lawrence
for
did that
him,
tier last year,
right?
Yeah.
All last year, and then finally he started
Trevor
taking
Lawrence
off.
did that
towards
tier
it.
last year.
Yeah, he was. Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, like those guys were
Was.
all in that tier, man, for sure. So
Cam Ward, I definitely see that step. The offense, second year. He doesn't have like the best coach or the worst. You know, the guy there is okay, but he's smart. Everything we've been reading too and seeing offseason OTAs, what the players are talking about and what we saw towards the end of last year.
Well, Brian Daboll, man, like he's got a reputation for fixing quarterbacks and making quarterbacks like fantasy prevalent. And so like it's a great recipe. Robert Saleh's he's gonna have his hands off. He's gonna have his hands off of it, right? So
He better.
God knows he better.
Stick to the defense.
God
Stick to
knows.
the defense.
God knows, man.
Question for you guys, receiver wise, who's going to be the number 1 receiver at the end of the year there, fantasy points in PPR? Is it going to be Robinson or is it going to be Tate?
Oh my God, it's a hell of a question. Between who? Between who?
Between both
Wan'Dale
those
Robinson
receivers,
and Cardell Tate.
who's going to be the leading receiver in PPR at the end of the
You
year?
just talking fantasy points or like
Yeah.
yards, like fantasy points?
Fantasy points, PPR style. We could do half or full, but who do you think is going to be leading the Titans receiver group for fantasy points? This is a good question. I just thought,
Tough.
yeah,
That's
it
tough.
is.
Because
Go ahead. Right, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna say Wan'Dale
Yeah.
only because
Right.
because he's a PPR scheme. Dude.
Yeah.
He's a PPR scheme, like
Yeah.
And then move on to the next point
He's
where he's
PPR
going
scheme.
drafted now. Like money.
probably double digit
Oh,
rounds.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale,
Funny.
Jesus, yeah, he's probably
Where's
like,
some of those
let me
rounds
see, he's
right
probably
now?
like in the 11th round.
Or if he is, it's like
no, actually 8-12, so round 9. So him and
That's good value, man.
yeah, so actually, so here you go, right? Like here's a couple guys: Wan'Dale Robinson, Parker Washington.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
All right, by my guy. You know, I got my flag planted for him.
yeah. And then here's another one too. We got Wan'Dale Robinson, Chris Godwin.
Ooh.
And Chris Godwin is like he's free money at this point, man.
Yeah.
Like he's free money. He's free money at this point. So
Yep.
yeah, so like he's free money, man. So like I think that's a great range of wide receivers. Like when you get to that, so which goes back to our case in point. Like earlier, is like, dude, get your running backs early because like you're still hanging around in round 8, round 9, and you got guys like Parker Washington and Chris Godwin and Wan'Dale Robinson still hanging out at the party. Like
What I was saying earlier, receivers choose in the back end rounds, dude. Like middle of the back end. Like you can get some players there.
yeah, like that's the move, man. That's definitely the move for sure.
Nick, what's your take on Parker Washington? How you feel about
He's
him
a
this
Parker
year?
Washington. He's a Parker Washington guy, man. I can tell you, he's a Parker Washington guy.
That's one of my guys I got my flag planted on this year. You know,
Hey,
second
that-
season going in with Cohen, the Chris Godwin
Yeah, nice
role,
little moment
right?
in the sun last year. Parker watched that nice little time in the sun last year, but I mean, I'm still like not gonna go on my way to grab him, but I do think in some rooms he won't be so like sought after. So I don't mind Parker Washington. The real question is though, how do we feel about Brian Thomas though? Is the real question.
Right?
John.
Is he falling off a cliff?
No, I cannot stand BTJ because that guy burned me worse
How about Brian
than
Thomas Jr.?
He burned all of us.
worse than someone who solicits on prom night. He burned me worse than that.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's
Burn you worse than prom night? Damn.
oh yeah, man. Worse than
Damn.
worse than someone who solicits on prom night.
You got to clip that shit. You need to clip
Yeah.
what you just said.
Yeah, man.
Clip what you
Oh
just said.
God, dude. Oh
Hell.
man. Well, you know what? When this show's over with, I'm gonna go back and it's gonna be clipped, and I'm gonna have to. Oh man, like all reports, man, are that like Brian Thomas Jr. he's locked in, man. Like he's locked in, and there's no more pain. Shout out to Mary J. Blige on that. Like no more pain, no more crying for Brian Thomas Jr. But like I think if you got burned by him last year, like you're probably staying away from him. But he's also not costing you the draft capital that he cost you last year.
Okay,
That's kind of
he
like
can
the
find home over
reoccurring
here
thing,
with
right?
me.
Like,
You find home over here with me.
oh, we know you'll fix him. We know you'll fix him. We know.
Yep.
For everybody at home, the power went out on Nick's house, so don't mind him. But you can.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're trying to give him a chance to get back here with
You just call me Bounty, all right? The quick and picker upper, all right?
Jesus. Oh man, I would like if he was like right here at this spot at like if he's going in like the 6th or 7th round, and yeah, like I'll absolutely take a shot on Brian Thomas Jr. But I think like too like to like the point we all know, man, the Jags got this. The Jags is one of the most interesting situations like in the NFL because you got Brian Thomas Jr., you got Jacoby Myers, you got Parker Washington, and God forbid if Travis Hunter actually like figures something out.
Strange.
Yeah. Michelle Tootin.
As we kept saying the other day, mouse. There's too many mouths, which is a good thing for Lawrence, right?
Yeah, which is like so. There's that's definitely like a great thing. So, yeah, like I'll probably have some of BTJ for sure. I'll probably have some.
Didn't you do one of your futures?
Trevor Lawrence for
MVP. What was
Trevor
the
Lawrence
odds?
for MVP. Yep, Trevor Lawrence for MVP. Absolutely
Like
did
35-1 or something crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, listen, why not, man? Why not? I think like last year, one of the things I missed out on was like throwing down some futures here just randomly, just hanging out. Like we have all these conversations and all these thoughts, right? It's like, all right, well, why not, man? Because I do like, and I think like we all could probably agree that like. The Jags defensively, like they're good enough to go win it all, and offensively, if everything clicks for them offensively, they're good enough to go make a run for sure. Especially in the second year of a Liam Cohen offense, like it's there, man. Like everything is there for sure. So yeah, why not, man? Why not? I'm gonna throw up a couple of these draft boards here that are going on for everybody that's still hanging out. That's Scott Fishbowl in the Scott Fishbowl mindset with us here.
You guys get invites this year?
Yeah, we got some invites. I'm in the Jaws division, drafting live in Boston. So
you and Nick, right?
Yeah, I don't know where Nick's drafting at, man.
Just pending my division right now. Pending my division, I'll be in Boston.
So if you
I got the ticket invited, but then the registration tickets like sold out, so I was like, okay, like, well, we'll get this situated one way or another. So I'm not worried about it. Just ready to draft no matter where I'm drafting, so it's cool.
Dig that. Well, this is one of the drafts that happened. I'm in the 101s chat. Last year I actually ran the 101 chat. This year I did not.
I was like the 101 chat again.
No, man, no, like man, I've been busy than a mofo. So I said, I'll let somebody else run it this year. Next year I'll try to get back out there. But like take a look at this board here. Like Nick, well, I know you said you were kind of bouncing around. Like I've got my pick solidified at 101. So I'll take a look here at this. But like if you look, Bijan Robinson, Chase Brown, Lamar, Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Trevor Lawrence, and then like we talked about, like you can get wide receivers later on. Yeah. Chris Godwin, your boy Michael Wilson, one of your guys, man, Jaden Reed down there, Nick. Like not too shabby for a wide receiver room to come back. And like, man, I just love the fact of like this ultimate flex concept, man. Like I want to do this so bad in like one of my home leagues. I think this is the way to play fantasy football right now. Like it's ultimate flex. Like it shouldn't be position. Like at this point, it's like, hey man, like if you want to go out there and roll out, 8 wide receivers, bro, go live your life. If you want to go roll out 8 running backs, go live your life. You know what I
Johnny,
mean?
I agree with you. I think so. Nick, I'm going to start the Pick Is In Fantasy League with all my guests that's been on, and I think we're going to do this format.
I love it, dude. I
you know what?
totally love it. Yeah, I love it.
$100 buy-in. All right, cool.
Whatever. I mean, we'll discuss. Whoever's been on the show can be in the league. I think it would be great camaraderie.
I like that idea.
Now,
And
now
then we'll be playing. Maybe we can get one of these for the league or something.
Okay, I dig that. I dig that. And look, this was actually a real life.
See you flexing.
This was actually a real life Scott Fishbowl draft here. And if we look, man, like Chase and Burrow, like that actually happened.
Is that what you're trying to do in tonight's?
I just wanted to see, like,
Okay.
and like, we like that's the cool thing, man, like about like these chats and stuff, man. It's like, there's a lot of strategy being thrown around. There's a lot of different takes being thrown around. But like at 101 right now, like the dope part about this is like you legitimately could make an argument for Bijan, Gibbs, Chase. I've even seen a couple that like Puka. I think one of the other ones, man, Puka with number 1 overall. Like Josh Allen, like you could make a case for any player to be 101 like in this format. And so this
because
is
the bonuses, like the longer bonus runs. Yeah.
This is literally like it's now a hey, go get your player. Like that's what this is. Yeah, this is literally what this league is like if you believe in this player and whatever the format is, go get him. Like it's a tight end premium, but outside of that,
Ron Achan, baby.
You're good. You're due.
I got, man, listen, and we'll talk about this another time, man, or whatever. But like I got my own I think like during the regular season, I think like it'll be cool. But like, man, I'm concerned about Devon Achane coming into the playoff in the fantasy playoffs, man, because like they could be tanking for a quarterback. And if they are tanking for a quarterback, then like, man, that's scary hours. But yeah, well, I mean, but other than that, like I think we know what we get with him. But like, take a look at some of these rosters here, and let's chop this up here before we get ready to get out of here. Let's chop this up here. Any rosters? I know you guys are probably just looking over them just like me. I hadn't really like dove into them or anything, but
yeah.
Any roster standing out for you so far? I think this was in the Ohio. It had to be in the Ohio build for sure.
The builds are a little bit, with this flux open, it's kind of cool. Like one team, got all running backs their first 7 picks on the far right with Tress.
Yeah.
Right. All running backs there. I mean, there's multiple ways you could do this. So I'm trying to just dive in. Nick, what do you see off the top of your head?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like Johnny was saying, I think one spot is somewhere where you're already getting the advantage because you have the 3rd round reversal on it. So
no reversal this year.
No reversal?
No reversal.
They took it out?
Yeah, they took the reversal out this year.
It's tight end premium, isn't it?
Yeah, tight end premium.
Excuse me then. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I do like, I do like the setup at 1 right now because it's like it's Bijan, it's Chase Brown, it's Lamar, it's Henry. Like,
yeah.
No matter how you even really see that going down, it's like we all know the Ravens have capability of really breaking longer stretch of plays, whether it be Lamar or freaking Derrick Henry. So I mean, I did like that setup. The back end setup is more like something I would do. So you got Jetty, you got freaking Taylor, you got Brees Hall, you got Bucky, you got Judkins.
Wow. It's got a lot of guys I like.
You got David Montgomery, Chuba Hubbard. That's stacked. And then quarterbacks, you just kind of went with the value. You know what I'm saying? And then your tight ends. So I mean, if you're punting a receiver, which I feel sometimes you can in this format, you can. Like it's all about how your running backs are, capable. Because look, where you're getting Bucky right now is absolutely pretty criminal, in my opinion. But
does his shoulder concern you?
Or does his life concern you?
Yeah.
His life concern me.
Yeah, his life. I'm not even trying to be like funny like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like the shoulder, like, he's obviously had like some other things he's been dealing with, like off the field, then like the weight factor, then the offense change. Like, there's a lot, man.
Yeah, but
Kenny Gainwell is in the picture now.
But he's one of those guys right now, even on the open, like the market wise right now, he's actually someone I would target just because of all that going on. Because look, I'm not paying top dollar for Bucky, like in general, right? I'm not paying top dollar for Bucky Irving where I have been, especially last year, right? We're not paying top dollar for Bucky Irving. And if everything kind of doesn't go the way I want it to go, it's like, okay, it's no big deal. On this roster construction, he's my RB4. So it's not something I'm like, so like, like concerned with. But it's something with Bucky, like for me, like he's still a guy that I still would want on my roster because I know he still has those playmaking capabilities, and I know a lot of things are changing for Tampa Bay, including Baker wanting a contract extension, which makes no sense to me. But
Future
Come to
Steeler.
Pittsburgh. Come to Pittsburgh, baby. We'll treat you right.
I'm sure you'll take anybody like you after 100. Anyhow, I don't know. I like that roster because that would be something I would probably do on the back end because again, like Jency and you got Jonathan fucking Taylor, like on the back end, and just kind of looking at that and be like, okay, that's something like flavorful for sure. And then the other roster I did like, honestly, like, the sixth pick. So AJ Brown,
Collins, Jaden, right.
Yeah.
Nico, JMO.
Oh, it's got your dude on there at the bottom.
Yeah, yep. Bryce Young and later on the draft, like, so I mean that's something that's if you're liking the opposite of what I just talked about, like you're liking bigger playmaker receivers, like because that's gonna be a factor, like that's something you can go with too. So a lot to like on certain rosters because it's just one of those things where you get into the whole thick of things and you're like, damn, this roster construction is crazy, but then they finish like 9th overall. You're like, what? How does the roster only finish 9th overall? So I don't know.
Johnny, I like your team. Nick, Johnny, what do you think about Price in Seattle? What do you think about him? His stock's kind of rising up in the draft lately.
It is. I'm gonna tell you, man, I got burned pretty bad last year by rookie running backs. And like
I think we all did.
Yeah, man, I had one roster in my home league that had Travion Henderson. Make sure I get it right. Travion Henderson, RJ Harvey, and I didn't draft Caleb Johnson, but I did draft him like in one spot that was incredibly bad. But like rookie running backs like burned me pretty bad. So I have a feeling I'm probably not going to be too into the Jeremiah Loves of the world or any rookie running back that is going to have a high price. However, though, like Emmanuel Wilson, like I don't know.
Remains to be seen.
If I'm gonna go anywhere, like I think there's that. But like Price, man, I think I'm gonna let somebody else. I'm gonna let somebody else deal with that. And if it ends up popping, man, and like it ends up popping, I think there's a couple of other places that like I can get to later in drafts or later on in drafts. At the running back position that like I'll feel good about. I was kind of going back and forth on Twitter today with Laquan Jones about Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason was absolutely one of my guys last year. And I know there's been some conversation that like maybe he might not be, it might be more than two backs in the mix in Minnesota, right? But like that, again, there's a lot of different variables on how things can shake out because last year the quarterback play was putrid. I think we all know that. So, teams stack up and stop the run, and we didn't really get a chance to see Jordan Mason. So if Kyler Murray is the top 10 quarterback or top 12 quarterback,
we still getting Jordan Mason cheap though right now.
Right,
so,
like of course,
like I'm getting Jordan Mason real cheap right now. What 9th round maybe something like that.
He went 12. He went 12th in the Scott.
He went double. Scott. Yeah.
He went 12.
Somebody that's someone that you gotta look at because we talk credit to JJ Zacharyson, but it's more like we love like looking at like muddled backfields, ambiguous backfields, and looking to take a stab at that. And Jordan Mason right now is one of those players that, people still don't really like bite on him enough, but he's someone that I do think that is someone that, in a roster like this where he's like Mason's probably your 4th or 5th running back most times, maybe even 6th running back, and you're telling me he's still a starter in the league and getting in double-digit rounds, like. Something we have to pay attention to.
Yeah, like there's a lot of that, man. And then I'll tell you the one team that I do like that was built here. I know you said you like the 6th spot, Nick. Yeah. I like Team 7, man.
I was gonna say his team's pretty damn good too.
Team 7, that's where it's at, man. Like you, JSN, HM, Malik Neighbors, Jalen Waddle, the Iceman, Carnell Tate, Taylor Shuck, J.K. Dobbins, Parker Washington, Higgins, Diggs, Monungai. I really like that. I like that roster right there. I like that build for
I don't
sure.
mind that roster. The only reason why I pretty much didn't bring it up was because I'm just a running back, narcissist. So like I love HN, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my guy. But what else do you have after that?
I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I truly believe this.
Open flex.
I truly
early.
Flex, and I truly believe that like Malik Neighbors, we're gonna look back. It's early June, but I have a feeling that we are gonna look back at Malik Neighbors and go,
yeah, what
was I doing?
Yeah,
what
was
I
doing? Yeah.
What was I like? And I'm telling you right now, I am not going to be one of those guys with Malik Neighbors. I am not going to be. I was. I'll tell you this story real quick, man. I was hesitant about Malik Neighbors coming into the league, and then I had a draft that happened, and the draft was happening, and all the wide receiver ones were like, there was nobody else, and I had no.
I remember this story.
I had no choice but to go. All right, shit. Just let me take Malik Neighbors, and I was like, okay, okay, all right. I rock with you, Malik. I rock with you. So yeah, I like that build right there for sure. So I got one more build here for you guys too. I'll pop up. This is another live Scott Fishbowl draft. It's a completely different build here, so I'll give you guys a second here to kind of to think about that. But while you guys are thinking about that, everybody that's watching, if you're watching, please make sure, man, you guys give us a follow, man. The Pick Is In podcast with the guy, Haywood here, man, like a super dope podcast, man, for sure.
Thank you.
On all levels of things, good people, good ball knowers, man, keep you entertained, for sure, man. Putting out a great product all the time, man, for sure. Yeah, so Haywood, man, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate you coming on here, and appreciate you, having me on. Appreciate you having Nick on. I know he appreciates it as well.
Always, man. You guys are family to me. I love what you guys do. I believe in you guys. So I truly believe in you guys. So I'll fuck with you till the day we die.
Love
I got you. So
man.
you guys are more than welcome to come on anytime. The Pick Is In podcast on Thursday nights. Me and my homeboy Snoop Von Poop holding it down. We're doing good things. Got a lot of great guests. We try to put out a funny and informative show. So Nick's been on a whole amount of times. Well, a little bit. I mean, we got to throw that in there. Why not?
Sprinkle.
A little sprinkle. I mean, nobody else covers it, and it's true. And there's a lot of shit that comes to fruition. So I mean, it has to be reported. Years ago, you couldn't talk about it. Now you can. So I feel like Nick's been on. He was on quite a few times for NBA. So I'll rock with you, fellas. I'll definitely. And Nick, is your light still off? Can't see you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, we haven't been able to see you for the last 10 minutes, Mr.
Really?
Cena.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, when we run this back, it's just going to be a black screen. Mr. Undertaker.
I have risen.
Yes.
Well,
so this is the first stream for you guys. You guys are going to be having shows coming up. Go follow these two guys, the Fantasy Football Homeboys, two of the very best in the damn business. No bullshit. Listen to them. They'll make you a better fantasy player and make you a better person.
Listen, we try.
Easy on the other side of that.
All right, let's see what we got. We got this Scott Fishbowl build. I think that's y'all, man. Y'all boys are wild. Y'all boys are wild.
So it's different build or same build?
We'll
we look at the same draft
real quick. But yeah, this right here, man. This is a different build. This is the build of Brock Bowers being at the 1-1, which the projections have
still
Brock
got the same screen.
Oh, what? Let me see here.
Yeah.
Still got the same draft up.
I don't see anything different.
All right, let me see here. Let's see.
Dead Man Rising.
There we go. All right, there we go. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I thought if I just clicked the tab, it would be
Ooh,
different.
101.
Yeah, but
Brock
Bowers.
Brock
Bowers at 101.
I said Bowser.
Brock Bowser.
Rock Bowser.
Listen, his hairline looks like Bowser.
Oh,
So,
sick.
yeah, man. What do you guys think about Brock Bowers this year, man? Like, are you guys subscribing to him being the number one tight end overall as projected? I know it's between him and Trey McBride is what a lot of people got going on. So I'll start with you, Hayward, because I know this it's near and dear to your heart talking about Trey McBride. So I'll let you go ahead.
You put him on the spot with all these Arizonas today, huh?
That's right. Yeah, man, I mean, I can deliver a little something. Trey McBride's the best tight end in football, blocking and passing, but fantasy. I've switched gears. I have Bowers at number one.
Okay.
I did it 2 weeks ago on my rankings. So I feel like Mendoza's just gonna. That's.
Who said he's gonna start week one? Who said that?
I mean, he's gonna eventually play, but I think he will. But when he gets in the game, I think it's just health has been his issue. You know, what was he, the number one coming in last year, right? And he got hurt, wasn't he? Right. Or up there. Right, but
think, like, who would have been the number one tight end? Yeah,
I think it was. And another thing with my Arizona offense, it's not gonna, even with Brissett at quarterback, we have a whole new offense. You know, our coordinator's in Minnesota, so T.J. Hawkinson, get him. But our offense is going to be they're going to spread the ball around. I think with this LaFleur offense, I just don't think one guy's going to get peckered like last year as much with Wilson and McBride. I just think it's going to be more spread out. And McBride had a record tight end season of all time last year. It ain't going to be matched. And he's my favorite player. I have him in Dynasty. I'm trying to flip him.
Okay. All right.
So what did it say?
And I can get the house for him. That's why I'm thinking that.
I think McBride had like 12 weeks.
Number one.
I think he had 12 weeks of being a top 10 tight end, I'm pretty sure. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm still taking McBride as my one right now.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because I don't know if Mendoza's starting week one, that could change up my tune a little bit. But for right now, the only difference between McBride really having a great season that he had, a truly generational season, bona fide tight end season, is the touchdown. So it's something for me. I'm like, there's still meat on this bone. I don't feel I know the different changes are coming for coordinators, but look, when you got a guy like McBride, you're not going to just not target him less or whatever. You're going to scheme for him a little bit more. So the only difference for me is that can he get those touchdowns for me is McBride. That's what's stopping people from maybe really bonifying him as one or putting Brock Bowers. Because again, people want Mendoza to start week one or whatever. What if he doesn't start week one? So that your ceiling already gets limited out coming out the gate, but then who's there on the quarterback right now too? So, but I'd say with McBride, I think that we know he can do it from a yardage perspective. Now I just need you to get more touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So it remains to be seen. I still got McBride number one though.
Great point, Nick. More meat on the bone. Wasn't this problem coming into last year? What do you have, 2 or 3 touchdowns the year before? That was the number one problem. He had 11 last year, 126 catches, right? So, yeah, I mean, his ceiling, there is probably more meat on the bone with touchdowns. If he had 4 or 5 more touchdowns, he arguably might have the best tight end season of all time last year, right?
Yeah.
It's up there anyways.
Any of these teams really stick out to you, man? Here, on this board, there's this one's definitely a little bit different.
Okay, call me crazy. First 2 rounds, Nakua, I love him. I've been saying he's one of the best receivers in football when healthy. If Stafford gets hurt, that's what I worry about. He will go down to receiver 15 to 25 if Stafford was hurt. That's my concern. Am I wrong on that? So
that's a good projection.
I'm a little scarce on him, even though I love him as a freaking player. And here's another thing. Am I a little higher on the running back in Las Vegas? I have him as RB3.
Genty?
Is that too high? Am I just way too high on him?
I think you are.
Okay.
I think you are.
That's too high for me.
I think you're too high. I think so.
So Gibbs and Bijan 1 and 2 for sure. Who would you put 3 in your eyes? H-Chan?
No,
it
wouldn't be H-Chan.
I could take 3 guys. I would take H-Chan over Genty. I would take James Cook over Genty, and I'd take JT over Genty.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I didn't expect you to say that.
Dude, you know what, man? James Cook, bro, but here's the thing with James Cook, man, is James Cook has done nothing but get better every single year, bro.
That's why it's
Yeah.
probably
Like, and I think like
still.
that, like, and there becomes a point in time for me where it's like, okay, like if you do it one time, all right, cool. You do it twice, you got my attention, and he's done it twice, man. And so like, and we know Buffalo is going to be a respectable offense. Like we know it's going to be. We know it all runs through Josh Allen. So like James Cook's going to be running free, man. He's going to be running free. So I would definitely those are guys, and then to go backwards again, man. Like last year, not at this time, but last year going into August, Chase Brown was finding himself slipping into the end of the first round and in the second round. What has changed for Chase Brown?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
In fact,
not a sexy name. That's the problem.
It's gotten better. In fact, it's gotten better. You could make the argument that Cincinnati might have even gotten better defensively. And if they've gotten better defensively, then like they might actually run the ball more than what they did previously, because that's another offense that the key initiative for the Cincinnati Bengals, and we, as much as I hate these guys, and we all know this, if Joey B and the boys are upright in December, they're gonna have something to say about it. They're the modern day version of the greatest show on turf. Yeah, I said it.
Is Burrow finally going to be healthy this year?
I think so. I believe it. I believe he's going to be. I truly do. I think this is a year for and I've always said this about Cincinnati, talking about AFC North football. I said it on your show. Man, I don't care about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson don't scare me, man.
You have their number.
He don't scare me. He don't scare me.
Remember
the Cincinnati Bengals healthy is what scares me. That's what scares me.
Isn't Lamar's record against the Steelers the worst out of any team?
He's under 500. I think he might have 3 wins against the Steelers his entire career.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I said I ain't afraid of no Lamar Jackson.
But I think RB3. Going back to the RB3, I think Jonathan Taylor deserves to be RB3 right now. Okay. It just, hate to say that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I reserve the right to change my opinion.
Of course, it's June. Just on all my notes, I love the center they got in Las Vegas. I just think Genty's going to grow. Maybe I'm just a lot higher than most people. But yeah, we got time, man.
I think like with Genty, like my whole thing with him going into the offseason was I was like, oh, okay, like I would love to get Ashton Genty. But the problem is, man, is that like his price tag hasn't changed from last year. It hasn't changed. Like
really
people are still, which I know we just talked about it earlier, but the same thing happened with Marvin Harrison Jr. year 2. We're like, oh, well, here's a sneaky move. Let's see if we can get MHJ. What did we get? We got the same thing we got in year 1, right? Yeah. And so, like, I'm not saying that, like, Ashton Genty's a bust. I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying he's bad. I just think that, like, for his price tag to be where it's at, like, if you told me I could get Ashton Genty in the second round, I'd be all in.
I'm all about that.
I'd be all in. But like I know, like we all know, that's not going to be the case. Like, and if it is, then like, okay, like let's talk about it. Like, I love that. But like last year, there was a lot in the fans classic. They're like, oh, well, you took Derrick Henry over Ashton Genty. And I was like, in what world would we say that Ashton Genty is a better running back than Derrick Henry, who Ashton Genty has not even played one professional game of real life NFL football? And I go back to that and I say, and even going back to this year, I say the same thing. Like, I don't care if Derrick Henry is 31 or 32 years old.
Bro,
is he ever going to fall off a cliff? This dude's an alien, dude. Like, he's a freaking freak. Dude, he's a fucking freak.
You know what? Listen, wait, Nick and I talked about it on our show last year. CMC and him. And if you would have told me that CMC would have held up the way that he held up last year, there was no way I was going to believe that. But I think you got to put him in the same category that you put Derrick Henry in as far as physical freaks. Like, these guys are in their 30s, which is basically like being Kevin Durant and LeBron James in the NFL playing at a high clip, man.
Yep.
So,
that's real.
Yeah.
So, Nick, I asked Johnny this on my pod last week. Looking at round 6, there's a couple interesting players I want to talk about. I want your take. Rome Odunze, or Burden. They went literally 2 out of 3 picks in round 6, late in the 6th. As of right now, which receiver are you leaning?
I think I go to Rome. I go Rome because I think I do like Burden too, and he was clearly like a receiver I liked grabbing later in drafts last year. But I go with Rome because if we're talking like same round ish area with both of these guys, I think with Rome, what happened with him last year was it was just again like he kind of just didn't finish the season hot, But what I'll say about Rome is that he's still a really talented player. He started the season so freaking hot. You know what I'm saying? So is he what's his name? Is he the next Mike Williams? Remains to be seen. But Mike Williams would start the season off kind of hot and then either hurt or whatever. But yeah, I mean, look, I think Roma Dunze for me is still the guy. If we're talking about if they're going in the same realm, I'm grabbing Roma Dunze. I like how Burden does like give a nice slot, merchant to this offense, but I do think Roma Dunze is like the home run hitter. The guy has a bigger ceiling.
Great point. Where they're going drafted in this draft, I like your point. Does Burden have the higher ceiling?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he can't have a decent ceiling. I just don't think he has a better projected ceiling right now, in my opinion.
Because he plays that sun god role, right?
Yeah.
Ahmad, right? Is he tough enough to take the hits that Ahmad is? Ahmad's a tough son of a bitch,
Yeah, he is.
He sure is. He damn sure is. I think there's a case to be made for Burden. But like I said, I think we're talking about, who I'm going to take right now, and that'd be Roma Dunze for me. Just because I think if Caleb Williams if he's going to bring his game to another level, the deep shots need to come. And they need to be more consistent, in my opinion. And Roma Dunze is your best bet for that.
Boy, I can't wait to see this Bears offense this year. The
Me
second
either,
year.
I went to a card show, man, here locally, and they got me, man. Like at this Caleb Williams card, and I was like, sold. I'm in. I'm in. Like you don't even. It don't like Caleb Williams. Like he might.
Oh, you gotta do this. So you gotta do this. You gotta do this.
Can't see you.
We can't see you. We can't see.
You can't
can't see you. You've been ghost-faced killer the last 20 minutes.
Dude, I see you guys the whole show, and I'm not. You can't see.
Can't see you.
Can't see you.
John Cena's jealous, man. Come on.
Oh, Lord, man.
Dun, 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 dun.
So what quarterbacks are you taking in front of Caleb, Nick Wilcox? Who do you have in front of him as of right now?
In front of who? Caleb Williams?
Yeah, where do you have Caleb at? Because a lot of the national bigwigs, what 7 through 12, depending on where you look, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. What do I have in front of Caleb Williams right now? I would say the guys I probably have.
Drake May or Caleb Williams? That's tough. He's not a conversation.
That just depends on roster construction. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
I don't like grabbing Drake May where he's at right now. We're talking about like mid 40s, right? You're talking about right now in this draft, or are you talking about in this draft right now?
I'll just not worry they're going. Just would you take Drake May in front of Caleb?
No.
Okay.
Value wise, I just take Caleb.
Okay. Like I think I have him our QB 3 or 4 of mine.
Yeah. I think we talked about it. I got him at QB 4. We were talking
Drake
about
May or Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
Man, you guys really drive a hard bargain. I think the only guys I have in front of him, because him and Drake May are someone like I don't agree where the ADPs are currently going for Drake May and Caleb. It makes no sense. So that's where I'm out on. I think the only other guys I have over him, I still have Hurts and Daniels, Burrow, obviously Lamar, Josh Allen over him. So it would depend on what my roster construction is going to end up being when I get Caleb, because literally, like, where are we getting him? I don't know. It just depends on what room you're in, because some people want to grab him a little early and some people don't.
So you like Burrow over Caleb, right? Like
Yes,
Lamar over
slightly.
Caleb?
Lamar over Caleb slightly, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, there you go. We're back. We see you.
Damn, we just got 100 views. Nick Wilcox is back on.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Just let me know if I'm not seeing, because that was just weird to me how I wasn't. I see you guys. I see the whole thing. I'm on. I'm like, I don't. What the hell? You guys
We haven't seen you in like 20 minutes, but you're back though. We see you.
It's all good.
Just let me know in the future, maybe. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asshole.
All right. Well, no, man. I guess I guess that's it for us, man. So, unless you guys got anything else y'all want to chop.
If you follow my bets, my bet just hit today. Let's go.
Yeah,
What
I've
was the
been
bet?
messing around with baseball lately.
I did a two-leg plus 156 Phillies money line and Chase Burns 7Ks. That cash. So
All right, cool.
Chase Brown's K's I've just been hitting all season, so that makes sense.
every game he's hit except one. Every game.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll let y'all fellas have that baseball stuff, man. I'll go ahead and get
that's all
the
Haywood
best
right now. For me, I'm like, no. Basketball
Oh
season's
yeah,
over
deep into
now.
fantasy baseball season. So I'm trying to get you in the playoffs and win a championship in my my third year in the league that I've been doing. I've won one out of 2 years, so
right.
I like it.
It's
People are
fantastic.
trading like a mofo. It's fun.
You know what? Actually, I'm dubbing you a new nickname right here on the show. You're gonna appreciate it right now. You, my friend Haywood, are Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Oh shit!
Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect.
Oh,
I can do it all. Can do it all.
Oh,
can
man.
do it all.
The perfect
Now
clutch,
that's
baby.
perfect. Now that's perfect.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, thank God it's not a son. Thank you.
Oh, true.
Oh.
True.
Now the only guy to call out Brock Lesnar on that freaking airplane and beat and fight him. Remember that story?
I do actually, man. I do. It's some good stuff, man. What is it? Behind the Ring. That's a new season getting ready to come out too, by the way. So
Look at that, man. I love. Hey, thanks for having me. Blessing to have you guys in my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of you guys. And I don't want to try to interrupt too much, man. You guys got your thing going on. So,
bro, you one of us. Go ahead, dude. That's what makes it, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I've been doing a lot of fantasy research this off season. So like my whole life, I've been great. People ask me last year, it was the first year I didn't win a title in any league in my whole life that I've been playing. So I was upset.
In my whole life, he said.
My whole life. Like every year I played, no matter how many leagues, I at least bring home one title.
Yeah.
You know, so I downgraded to the most important leagues, and I'm going to expand. And I've been just diving deep into it this all season like I used to, just making more time. Of course, you all know when you have a podcast and stuff, it takes up time, man. Like it does. It takes up a lot of freaking time.
I will tell you this right here. Nothing will get you more locked in for a fantasy league than losing.
Oh, dude, it pissed me off.
Nothing will get you more locked in.
It pissed me off
than losing in a league. Nothing. There is not anything that will get you more locked in.
Black Monday, I started looking at dynasty trades.
Dog, I can relate. The moment it's over with, you start rifling the rankings. All right, here we go.
I've been busy fool, man. I've been a busy fool. With
I love it, man.
Meanwhile, when you're a champ,
I love it. I only got one, man. I only got one.
So you like the idea of the Pickets In Podcast Fantasy League? You like?
I love that, dude.
We'll have that's a good idea, right?
I love it.
Have like Tip, you guys, IDP, anybody else, Nico, all those guys from Fantasy Space, other people that wants to be involved. You know, we had some great guests, and it'll be competitive.
Yeah,
great minds.
Oh yeah, run it, brother. Run it. All right, well, man. Well, I guess that's our time, man. Tonight, you know who it is, man. You know it's me. It's your man, Johnny Main. Obviously, we got to introduce you to the man, Haywood, over here. Make sure you guys follow the Pickers In podcast and follow him, Haywood's Almanac. And last but certainly not least, brother from another mother, Mr. Fantrax, a.k.a. we'll give him his flowers, a.k.a. the champ.
The champ is here.
Yeah, we'll give him his flowers here. But we all know when week one starts, he ain't gonna be nothing but an egg-sucking dog. He's just like the rest of us. We back. Thank y'all for popping in for sure. Stay tuned because this is the first of many for this season. We out. Peace.